what is the mental space that you need to be in? And what has cycling, what lessons from cycling have you brought into your life that you keep, practicing?
Awesome. So cycling is very
Mm-hmm.
meditative. That's
Mm-hmm.
one, because you're constantly pedaling. It's a same rotation that you are moving. At one point, your body will be extremely tired,
Yeah.
but as long as you are in that state of meditation where you just have to spin the wheel, you just have to spin the pedal, you just have to keep pushing, keep going, you're in a good space. So I learned how to be in a space of calm, in a meditative space, especially in tough situations.
Okay.
Um, to be zen, and to let go of all the attachments that you have. So that's one. Second is, my favorite lesson that I learned from cycling is every uphill has a downhill, and by that I mean every time you're struggling to go up,
Yeah.
there is a free ride, there is a easy ride that's coming along. So in life as well, like, there are situations where you have to climb the hill and you have to be tough,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not easy, and you might cry, break down, but once you reach the peak, there is an easy road back, and it's enjoyable and pleasant. That's second. And third, with cycling, is just to be able to interact with nature around
Yeah.
you, especially in green spaces. If you cycle, you get to interact with the local community, you get to interact with nature, greenery, you get to see birds, animals that you would not have seen otherwise on a motorized
Yeah.
vehicle. So yeah, so that's, and there are so many more lessons, but right now only these three are coming.
Beautiful. Another thing that I'm really, really interested in was when you started this biking blog, started the blog,
Hmm.
you said that you
Hmm.
tried a lot of things before, but you never stuck to
Hmm.
it. And that is something
Yeah.
I really relate to because I'm a dabbler. I'm like, I'll try this, I'll try this. Oh, no, 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 I don't like that, I don't like this. So, what's the mindset that you need to like stick to something? Because what I though quit whenever something gets hard, and that is something that I'm consciously trying to work on. So
Yeah.
how was cycling different? What helped you basically into sticking to the cycling
Yeah.
and just in general
So,
anything like having that discipline to
mhm,
stick to something?
that is, so there are two things. One you really can't help with, and the other is easy. So the first thing is, with cycling, when things get tough, you still have to cycle back.
Yeah.
So there is no get, if you start with, say, a 10 kilometer, and you're like, yay, I'm done, goodbye, but you have to cycle back
Yeah,
the
no
10
one's going to
kilometers. You
carry
can't
you.
just,
That's
yeah,
one thing.
no one's going to carry a cycle. There's no like auto that's going to take
Huh.
your cycle. I mean, don't do it. Like, just don't catch an auto and put it in. So with cycling, you don't have an option of
Yeah.
quitting, because you've already cycled till an X point and you have to cycle back. That's why I always believe in, like, cycling in one direction, like away, instead of doing a loop, because it's very easy to quit when you're doing like loops around. I'll do one, two, okay, fine, done. But if I do like a straight 10, 15, or 20 kilometers, I have to come back,
Mm.
and that's a challenge, and there's no other option. And the second thing that really helped me, and I'm sure will help a lot of people, is having that
Yeah.
community. So I'm part of a lot of groups, and I know a lot of cyclists, especially women
Mm-hmm.
cyclists who are inspiring to someone like me, and they are every day like updating their statistics. They're saying I did this much, that much, and just being around in that space itself is so inspiring. And you're like, hey, these guys are doing so much and I'm doing nothing, so let me at least do something. So I think these are the two key things, when it comes to cycling, that really helps
Mm-hmm.
one. For me, it's discipline. To do anything, the discipline comes in having a routine. So I make sure that every morning I put an alarm, I wake up, and I sleep early,
Mm-hmm.
because I have to
When
wake
do you
up.
wake up? What
Uh,
time do you
I
wake
put
up?
I wake up at so I wake up at 6:15, six
Nice.
twenty.
Okay.
So, and I leave at, yeah, I leave by 6:30. Yeah, I'm not crazy like the other cyclists. They'll wake up at 4 and they'll start cycling at 5, and they'll do some 100 kilometers and come
Huh.
back. So yeah, what the first thing is to have that discipline of just wake, even if you don't cycle or even if you want to go out for maybe a kilometer or two, just the whole discipline of waking up at a particular time every
Yeah.
day and going out or doing something. Second is to start small. So I started with, even when I got back to the cycle, I started with 15 kilometers, then I upped it to 20, 30, and that's how I went to 65, 70. So having to start things gradually and then progressing slowly really helps you, especially because if you're doing a 65 on the first day, your body is going to be
Yeah, and you
dead,
don't
and
want to do it the next day.
you will
Yeah.
definitely not want to do it the next day because you physically can't, your body will not be able to do
Yeah.
it, and it's not advisable as
Yeah.
well, or from a health perspective. That's another. Third thing is always have a partner, like a riding
Mm.
partner. And this has been like a great motivation, and thing, something that pushes me is having someone to be accountable for. So I have a friend, or I have two three friends, who are like, oh, I'm riding out right now, who all are in, and then everyone is like, okay, yeah, we're
Yeah.
all in, and then you have to reach there in 20 or 30
Yeah.
minutes because you've already committed to a friend, or you message them a day before and make plans. So you can't now bail out and say, hey, I don't want to come. So if you have a friend, or friends, or a group that you are accountable for, it's enjoyable, you can talk to them, you can have fun, and you can be committed to something like cycling or any physical exercise.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is true to any physical exercise because I believe in starting small. Like if you
Mm.
plan on walking or jogging every morning, start with waking
Yeah,
up, putting on your shoes and just walk, one round, and try to make that walk
yeah,
as enjoyable as possible. Like listen to music or listen to something that you like, and just don't focus on walking. Just walk. And if you
yeah,
finish that one round and you feel like doing one more, just do it. And if you do half a
yeah,
round and you don't feel like doing it anymore, it's like it's okay. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. And that is something
yeah,
I like really believe in building habits. It's like start small, don't be hard on yourself, make it as enjoyable as possible. So even I've been like trying to walk every morning and do meditation.
mm.
And the one thing that I really enjoy about that is not walking. It's just when I go down, there is a dog that comes. So I love meeting that dog, and we like play around for a bit, and then I start listening to songs, and this is the only me time I get throughout the day. I don't listen to songs
Yeah,
ever throughout the day, but only while walking or doing something. So yeah, that's I totally agree with you when it comes to starting small and when you have to build a habit and
yeah.
build a routine. So that's
Yeah.
incredible.